Hello everybody, this is Braxton, and today we are going to be doing a team review for my Trick Room team. So, let's get this started. My first Pokemon is my Registeel. I'm pretty excited about him because when I caught him, he did have a brave nature, so that is a decrease in speed, which is obviously good for a Trick Room team, and a small boost in attack. I gave him Protect to kind of stall out a turn, Hammer Arm, gradual speed loss, and a really strong fighting type move. Anyway, Iron Head to get rid of any fairy and other rock type and ice type Pokemon that otherwise could cause a little bit of havoc. And just for fun, I put Explosion on him with a normal gem, get a ridiculous amount of damage off by using that. So anyway, he's fairly good to have. Really bulky, as you can tell from both his special defense, and HP. Not the best attack stat in the world, but what can you do there? Anyway, so that's Registeel. My next Pokemon is my Gothitelle, which is one of my Trick Room users. He has Resto Chesto, Psyshock, and Tickle. And if you guys have watched Aaron Zhang's Philly regional video, it is almost the same Gothitelle. Same attack, same item, same ability, same nature, but I moved his EVs around a little bit. I didn't want to completely copy it, and I do have a secondary Gothitelle, but I've figured out this one works best with this team because he's normally paired with either Conkeldurr or Registeel, so getting that tickle off really helps with their massive, well, Conkeldurr's massive attack stat, and it helps with the Registeel's not so massive attack stat. So good to have. Shadow Tag prevents opponents from escaping, which is fantastic in some cases, not so fantastic in other cases, but what can you do? Anyway, my next Pokemon, he's actually one of two Megas I have. The second one is Camerupt, but he is a really bulky Pokemon. Substitute, obviously, to get a couple turns of hopefully just stalling. Slack off to get HP back. Scald is a really good water move. If you can get the burn off, it helps a lot. And Amnesia for obviously just a ridiculous amount of special defense if you can do that 2 or even 3 times. When he Mega Evolves, his defense goes through the roof, so I didn't really need Iron Defense or anything like that. I just decided Amnesia would have been the best choice. And with Shell Armor, you can't break through that. It's just become a ridiculous amount of damage and whatnot that he can take. But he is a quiet nature, so gets a little boost in special attack, a decrease in speed, has a really low speed stat, which is really good for this team, obviously. So he is good to have. Used him a couple times, does fairly well. There has been nothing that one-hit KOs him that I've seen so far. There could be something out there, but I have yet to find it. So anyway, my next one is my Cresselia. Fairly basic setup, except he does have a really high speed stat, which I kind of liked in the reason of I get Trick Room off quicker. But, so, obviously he has Trick Room. I gave him Energy Ball for a little bit of coverage because I don't have much for any water type Pokemon that would otherwise kind of screw up my flow a little bit. Helping Hand, which actually works quite well if I'm using Registeel with Cresselia, because normal gem Helping Hand Explosion still doesn't do a ton of damage back to me, so there's that. And then I can Moonlight the next turn, get a bunch of that back. get a bunch of my HP back, and kind of just go from there. He does have leftovers, so that is a little bit of HP gain. So he I can't remember what nature he has. A docile nature, so there's no increase or decrease in any stat. He's just kind of as he is, which is unfortunate, but I gotta go with it. So anyway, my next Pokemon is probably my favorite one of this team. He is the perfect Camerupt. I don't even know where to start. His Ivies has 31 in HP, HP defense, special attack, and special defense, and a 0 IV in speed, which is just phenomenal to have. Earth power, protect, obviously to kind of not get killed. Hidden power, ice, which is probably what I consider the best hidden power to have on Camerupt, and eruption, because if I can get Trick Room off, he does work with eruption. I think there are very few things that outspeed Camerupt in Trick Room. I believe that Ferrothorn is one of the only Pokemon that I know is slower. So eruption does a ridiculous amount of damage. I was thinking about switching it to Heat Wave. Not quite sure, because eruption does way too much in that first turn. But yeah, leave a comment in the comment section about what you think I should do about that. That actually help out a lot. But he has a quiet nature as well as Slowbro, so the increased special attack, which is pretty ridiculous, and the decrease in speed. When he Mega Evolves, his special attack stat goes through the roof. And I just can't believe how fantastic he's been to me. And I really don't know what I'd do without him at this point. The only other really strong Pokemon I have is my Conkeldurr. Ridiculous amount of attack. He has an adamant nature, so he naturally has an enormous attack stat. But I gave him 252 in attack to get that really big boost. I ran a fairly basic move set on him, knock off obviously to get rid of pesky leftovers and all that stuff. Ice Punch, get rid of any flying type Pokemon, with the exception of Talonflame, and because he is not very weak to ice, unfortunately. Mach Punch obviously for priority, and Drain Punch to get all my HP back. Running Assault Vest, kind of give me a little boost in special defense. And I am running Iron Fist on him. There are a lot of Will-O-Wisp users I've discovered, but Conkeldurr can, if he doesn't get Will-O-Wisped, then he's really strong, but if he does, unfortunately, not so much. So, I do have a Guts one. I'm debating on whether or not I should use him or not. He's the exact same setup. The only difference is Guts instead of Iron Fist. So let me guys know in the comments about what to do on that. Otherwise, like, subscribe, leave any comments, and in my next video we will be doing a couple battles with this team. So I hope to see all you guys then, and until then, have a nice